The helicopter carrying the Iranian president crashed and has not been found. People pray day and night. Ukraine announced that it had shot down the fourth Russian Su-25 fighter in 2 weeks. Ukraine declared that Russia cannot fight big in the Kharkov fire pan. Special Chinese dinner menu for President Putin. The helicopter carrying the Iranian president crashed and has not been found. People pray day and night. At the location believed to be where the helicopter carrying the Iranian president crashed, Iran's central news agency IRINN and Mehr news agency reported no one survived. Previously, rescue organizations moved to the site of the helicopter crash after the Iranian Red Crescent announced that they had located and even found the helicopter's body. Currently, the Iranian government has not released any official information. However, Iranian media and international news agencies such as Reuters and AP also said there were no signs of survivors at the location where the helicopter crashed. Reuters news agency quoted Mr. Pierre Hossein Kalavand, head of Iran's Red Crescent organization, saying, "With the discovery of the helicopter crash site, no signs of life were found among the people on the helicopter." This promotion. An Iranian official told Reuters that the helicopter carrying President Raisi was completely burned down, thereby indicating that there was little hope of survival. Helicopter wreckage seen. Until around 6 a.m. this morning, May 20th, Tasnim news agency said rescue groups had arrived at the location where the helicopter carrying the president of Iran was suspected to have crashed. However, there is no specific information about the situation of those on the helicopter. However, there is no detailed information about the condition of those on the helicopter. Head of the Iranian Red Crescent Pierre Hossein Kalavand only described the situation as not good, and said at least 73 rescue groups were operating in the area believed to be where the helicopter crashed, located near Tavel village in East Azerbaijan province, northeastern Iran. The helicopter crash site has been determined. Previously, Iran's IRINN and ISNA news agencies said that on the morning of May 20th, rescue forces had identified the location where the helicopter believed to be carrying Iranian President Raisi crashed. Quoting the head of the Iranian Red Crescent, Mr. Pierre Hossein Kalavand, ISNA said rescue workers were heading to the above location. "We are taking search and rescue teams to the place where they said there was a smell of fuel oil. The place where the fuel smell was identified above matches one of the locations where the incident is likely to occur," said Mr. Pierre Hossein Kalavand. The Associated Press quoted Mr. Kalavand as saying that the rescue team was on their way to the helicopter crash site and could see the helicopter's wreckage from a distance of 2 kilometers. While Reuters quoted more information from this person, saying the situation was not good. Ukraine announced that it had shot down the fourth Russian Su-25 fighter in 2 weeks. Ukrainian forces claimed to have shot down the fourth Russian Su-25 fighter jet over Donetsk in just 2 weeks. Ukraine's 110th Independent Mechanized Brigade said on May 18, another enemy Su-25 was shot down. This is the fourth Russian Su-25 attack aircraft destroyed by the 110th Independent Mechanized Brigade in the past 2 weeks. Previously, on May 4, 11 and 13, the Ukrainian side also reported shooting down a Russian Su-25 fighter jet on the Avdiivka front, Donetsk province. The Su-25, also known as the Rook, was a Soviet attack aircraft designed to provide close air support for ground forces. It entered service in 1981. The aircraft was designed for frontline operations, where it could effectively attack enemy armored vehicles, fortifications, and manpower. The Su-25 has rugged armor that protects against small arms and anti-aircraft guns, and is equipped with a variety of weapons, including cannons, missiles, and bombs. The Su-25 has been exported to many countries and is used in the armed forces of many countries, including Ukraine. According to the Ukrainian General Staff, as of May 18, the Russian military had lost about 681 aircraft, including 355 combat aircraft and 326 helicopters. Ukraine declared that Russia cannot fight big in the Kharkov fire pan. According to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, the Russian army advanced nearly 10 kilometers into Kharkov in the latest attack, but still failed to penetrate Ukraine's most solid defense line. In a statement on May 18, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky affirmed that the Kharkov front is now stable, after Russia's attack from the Belgorod region on May 10. The Russian military has made progress in the past few months in the Donbas region. On May 10, Russia launched a new offensive from the north, toward Kharkov, Ukraine's second city, and captured several border settlements. However, the advance of Russian forces has slowed somewhat in the past few days. Mr. Zelensky said Russian forces had approached Ukraine's first line of defense in Kharkov province, advancing nearly 10 kilometers. According to him, Ukraine has also prepared the second and third routes. The second line is the strongest and includes fortified structures, because they were not under Russian fire during construction. President Vladimir Putin announced that Russia has no plans to gain control of the city of Kharkov in northeast Ukraine, because Moscow's goal is to create a buffer zone in the region. Russian President Vladimir Putin said on May 18 that Russia has no plans to occupy Kharkov, because Moscow's goal is to create a buffer zone to protect Russia's border areas from Ukrainian firepower. In the latest report, the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, a US-based consulting organization, also assessed that Russia seems to be focused on building a buffer zone in Kharkov, but warned that this area will likely be used as a springboard for further Russian attacks. ISW also believes that Moscow may be trying to divert Ukrainian forces from Donbas with a new attack in the north. Russian forces will likely cause Ukrainian forces to spread out along a broad front and stabilize Ukrainian troops in the border area, even if the pace of Russia's offensive north of Kharkiv slows, ISW said. Mehr. The Ministry of Defense of Russia and Ukraine has not yet commented on the above information. Special Chinese dinner menu for President Putin. Mr. Xi Jinping invited the Russian delegation to try spotted perch and sea cucumber at a reception for Russian President Putin during his visit to Beijing to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Russia and China. Xi Jinping's chefs prepared a special dinner for Russian President Vladimir Putin. During the gala dinner, the Russian delegation was served stewed sea cucumber, spotted perch and Peking duck. According to Russian news agency Pravda, the final dish is especially unusual. Sea cucumbers are served stewed in broth. According to Radio China International, this recipe includes ingredients such as onions, rice wine, soy sauce, ginger, and sugar. Russian guests are also served duck-boiled oysters, seafood sauce, vegetables, and many different desserts. After dinner, the president told reporters about his impressions of Chinese cuisine. Putin said he likes Peking duck the most. Mr. Putin admitted that there were 2 pieces of duck on his plate, but he intended to eat only 1 piece. But I couldn't resist, I ate both. It was so delicious, President Putin said.